Let's see. Everything seems to be working. We now have a Zach cam, my doggy cam, although he's asleep under my hoodie at the moment. That's not really a blanket, it's a hoodie. He'll probably move at some point in time. Now let's just set up the chat system so I can see chat from both YouTube and X and everything. I now see everything. I am now sharing to everything. It is 8 a.m. Well, 7:57 a.m. I think it's Sunday. I think it probably is Sunday. Yay. What should we do? What should we do? What do I want to play? What do I want to play? What do I want to play? Well, I have no freaking idea. Okay. So, first of all, what the hell do I want to play? I don't know. Splendiferous, strange, weird. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The long dark. I'll start with the long dark. I've got some work to do. I've got a plan. No. Bloons. Nah, I don't mind. I'm just going to sit here and chill and have some fun. Yes, I managed to find a holder for my little Apple phone over there to be able to use two phones as cameras. We are just so the doggy may move at some point in time, but I know people like to see the doggy. But at the moment the doggy is asleep, and the doggy should stay asleep as long as the doggy wants. Let's do. One of the reasons I like Bloons is, well, okay, let's list the reasons I like Bloons. Bloons is one of the best tower defense games in the world, and I will fight anyone on that idea. It looks funny, it looks cutesy, and when my wife many years ago introduced me to it, it took me ages to actually take it seriously because it looks so cute. It's monkeys against balloons. It's weird. I was used to playing ones where you were science fiction towers against enemy forces and aliens and everything. So it took me a long time to actually give Bloons a chance back then. But Bloons has some of the most meta. There's so many different ways of winning around, and the company behind it is always dropping free content. Bloons has a really good monetization model. Everything you can get by just grinding away and playing the game. You can use money to buy things if you want, and sometimes I do drop money on the game, not because I need to, but because I like to give something back. I didn't spend a lot of money on the game. I think I bought it like for probably £10 or something like that, and I've got like 400 to 500 hours in this version. Compared to the AAA titles these days. So it always interests me because there's such a lot of... It's a game where you can challenge your brain in many different ways. Now, I believe there's one more map on here for me to do. This was a new area, so... Ooh, half cache map. Yeah, that'll do that. While we're chatting, remember, if anybody wants to talk to me, I've got my chat up on this window for Twitch, for YouTube, and I've got my Twitter. Well, X. I hate that they changed the name. Twitter makes sense. X does not make sense to me. So, let's see, first of all,
this planet is
depending on what hero you use, completely changes your strategy. I'll put him there because he's free. We're on a half cache mode, so I'm going to use one of them today. Don't usually use one. I'll put one of them out, but I've got an idea. Anyway, let's just wait here and see what happens. I like having this set up. I'm thinking I've got a weird idea for, as people know or don't know, at the end of this year or beginning of next year, probably more like January now, I will have the money to redo all my electronic stuff. And I'm tempted, instead of having my big bulky computer systems, I'm thinking of buying two powerful laptops. One powerful laptop there on my desk, one powerful laptop there, using their main screens, connected both of them to the outputs of a 4K really nice monitor in the center, and I can switch between the two different ones for what I want to do. So I'll have two computers, one will be running Linux, one might be running... I better actually do something, or I'm going to get killed. Yes, this is a good idea, guys. Actually put some freaking stuff down. Yes, there we go, do that. And then we'll do longer range and intel that allows it to... Yeah. So, the idea of having a computer on that side and a computer on this side of my desk, just basically here like this, two laptops, one on either side, both connected to a secondary monitor, which will be this big one in the center, or a nicer one, and
upgrade in progress.
It could be pretty good, but I've got a lot of thinking to do. One of those computers could be a Mac, or both could be PC. It all depends. My brain's thinking about these things. I'm going to, yeah. I may lose it. No one. I've got that. That'll help. There we are. We are now doing enough damage.
Upgrade in progress.
I need to add something. I don't know where I want him. Yeah, why not? Let's put him on the... I get distracted by talking is much more important to me than what I do on here. This is the way it's connecting to people and chatting and having fun.
Upgrade time.
Yeah, everything seems fine. I can be distracted as I want. Because looking at computers these days, with the big problems we've got with the price and everything, it's actually cheaper to buy a laptop. And although laptops are mainly not very good at doing all the things as well, there is a few out there that are really good. So I'm doing a deep dive into laptops at the moment, because the portability is thingy. I can always put a dock on to have access to more ports. I'd have dual redundancy, 2 different computers. I think I'll probably put on this one that was over here, Atlas version of Windows. There's an Atlas IO version, Atlas Windows version that's really, all the bloatware's removed, and that it's as good as Windows 10 as you'll ever get. And over here I'd have my CashOS Linux, or even I might even go for Arch Linux this time. CashOS is Arch Linux, just a little less destructive to my brain. I really should put some money in something. Now what do I want to buy? Because I'm really distracted at the moment. Like I said, talking to people much more important to me than the game that I am playing.
Large target acquired.
Oopsie, that's not a good thing. Yeah, I think we should get one of these out, and I think we should get it out quite quickly. Because my brain just gets distracted and happy and thinking about other things. I need to make some money. I need to make some freaking money, so I haven't put anything down for making money. Where are you? Let's put you out over here. Yeah, that helps a little bit. And we should really put out some money making stuff. Let's put one of these down here. Right, so this will help with the money. I need a little bit of money. I don't usually make a lot of money in this game. I just it's just adding a little bit of extra cash. And if those are lots of enemies coming out there. Maybe I should click on something and actually put some firepower down.
Large target
Yes, I should put some firepower down. That'll do for a little bit more firepower. Get distracted so easy. Oh, yes, I think we'll grab one of these and put it just there. And then we'll put one of these on here. Come on.
Large target acquired.
Focus fire. Yeah. Pew 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 pew. I'm clever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. I'm a happy little crazy person of doom. I like my little command center like this with 3 monitors. 3 monitors make me happy. Less than 3 monitors always feels off to me. So. What do I need now? I've got 22,000 there. I should actually get out the Apache data ship. That'll solve some of my issues.
Upgrade line target acquired.
I don't mind if I win or lose in a game. I just enjoy playing.
How it is done.
Today my drink is just water, ice, and a little tiny bit of lime. I don't drink coffee, tea, or alcohol.
identified. How
Trying to think what game I'm going to play next. I want to go back into Long Dark, but at the same time,
acquired.
lots of little games I like to play as well. The Splendiferous.
Done.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen anybody chat on the Twitter. A lot of people don't realise that Twitter has live streaming and has a chat system that goes along with it. Although, I don't mind if people lurk. I don't mind if people lurk. I find it better. Actually, what game have I got that I've wanted to play through? Because a lot of games I haven't really played because I don't play games very easily when I'm alone.
Done. VSD identified. Drone power.
Okay, I think it's time for us to stick that on there. Okay. Lasers. We need the lasers.
How it is done.
I think I feel like getting out
Target acquired.
a little boatykins here and setting up as a carrier. Doopy doopy doo.
VSD
We
identified.
are. There we are. We've got the pew pew pew.
Drone power.
Zaki does like to be under a blanket. Does like to be comfortable. I think Zach spent a lot of his early life outside or being punished. And he's definitely a dog that's got a lot of trauma. But then again, that's a Dog Jaws, hi! Yay! Afternoon for you, yes, of course. You live in that strange world, don't you? That very strange world on the other side of the world that has your Christmas is your summer, and it's always so weird to me that Christmas is summer over there. Oh, I completed it. Home, home, home. So how is your day going, Doctors? So I did my thing on there. I think sometimes it's hard to get my brain to play games that I haven't played. I don't want to put teardown on because I don't know whether this graphics card can handle it. It may affect the frames. Right, so okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. I have no idea, so for now we're just going to put Long Dog on. Oh, it's got to do the Vulcan shader thing. There we are. Hinterland is one of my favourite game companies. I don't play games anymore by companies I don't like or trust. I'm so sad. I mean, Mass Effect 1, 2 and 3, pretty much top tier games, my favourite games. Back when BioWare was actual BioWare. BioWare is not BioWare anymore, it's just some kind of husk being used by EA. It was a sad day. Okay, let's resume my game. Okay, so I'm in the little cabin that I was yesterday. Are we overloaded again? Always freaking overloaded. We should have something to drink. Oh, I'm carrying way too much stuff. But at least I have a gun now. I have a gun. I've got a gun. We're happy times. Come on. Okay, let's just put on and see if there's anything. Nope. I haven't got anything better in there. I should drop off a lot of my bits and pieces in this locker. I always like to leave bits and pieces places in case I have to come back. No. There. And am I carrying anything important? I need to get down to 35 kilograms because I don't want to be weighed down. Let's put the potato away. Salt's very useful for actual making food long term. I mean, it's nice. I've got a hunting knife now. I've got a hatchet. I just need something to actually sharpen them up. I'm in okay condition. You can stay there. We're still 2 kilograms overweight. I'd say let's drop off, because I can always do some more water. So let's leave some. No, keep that. Drop off 2 kilograms of water. Some of these are really low quality. I prefer not to eat there, that's better. Okay, what time is it? We can get to the cabin. The cabin on the lake is we're in Mystery Lake at the moment area, and cabin on the lake is a brilliant place to actually. Ooh, it's nice and bright and clear. So what we're going to do is go straight over to the cabin on the lake and set that up as part 1 of our main base. There's also another base we'll set up in a different area completely. Part of me wants to go and check out that little barn there and see if there's any loot, but part of me knows if I pick anything up, I'm going to be overburdened again, so I need to get back, get to the base, drop off all my stuff, and set up thingy. Because there's a ranger's hut cabin type thing on the lake. Now the lake, of course, you can do ice fishing, you can hunt. There's lots of deer around. I haven't seen any deer up to now. There's rabbits. No. I get turned around easily and distracted. It's very easy for my brain to focus on the future and my plans that are like 6, 7, 10 days into the game away from now, instead of focusing on what I'm doing right now. Ooh, that's a piece of coal. That's just made me overweight. I picked up a piece of coal, and now it isn't just that it slows you down, being overweight. It's the fact that being overweight means there's more of a chance that I'll sprain my legs. So we're going to go up to the train track and follow the train track on. Very lucky at the moment. It's a nice day, but the weather in this game can change to a complete whiteout very quickly. So, and I'm always watching out for wolves. Wolves in this game are evil. There's the train track. In this game, finding yourself the train track and stuff is a good way of finding yourself around. The first major landmark that you figure out, because this train track goes through like 5, 6 areas. Through there is Muskeg, I believe. And the other side of here is the main area I want to go to later. Oh, such a beautiful place. And this game will run on with pretty much anything. See, I don't like survival games where you're pitted against other humans. I know how shitty humans can be. I don't need to be reminded of that. I like games where you cooperate and that together. It's like 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die is a very good zombie game. But the mistake that most zombie games make is making the zombies stupid or slow or easy to get around. So you start seeing people as the enemy instead of the zombies, which is a pain in the ass. I want to, whereas in 7 Days to Die, the zombies are always improving, getting worse. So you travel along Mystery Lake to here, and then when we get to here we turn right and the lake will be down there, a nice little place for us to live. The good thing about it is this point here is like a central point for the entire game. From here you can get to multiple places to scavenge, to search, and so on. And if it's a whiteout, you can always follow the power lines to get to the actual... It's not the best little cabin, but it's a place I've always liked to turn into a little home. Mystery lift. Okay, so there's a wolf down there on the lake. I'll have to watch out for him. So we will just have a good look round here, loot everything. Might even clean this place up, because one of the nice things is now, like I said in my last game, recently when they did all the stuff, they added an editor so that you can turn these places into a nice little base, but now you can press the Y and you can actually clean up things, add furniture on the walls and things like. You can basically turn it into a proper home. Anything that's thingy you can move and change and adapt. It's really nice. So pick up that. Because first I'll go around and pick up everything I can. And then I'll start putting things in the places I want them to be. Ooh, a hook for fishing. Fishing is something that will be doing. Ooh, a whetstone so I can sharpen my blade and my axe. Yeah. A cooking skillet, yes, useful. Broth, ooh, ammo. Don't have a rifle yet, but it doesn't matter, More salt, I've got more salt than I usually have. Okay, space ready. Right, okay, so the doggy's squeaking in his sleep. Potatoes are. Right, I can make jacket potatoes actually. Let's have a check through here. I was expecting there to be another storm lantern in here. Sometimes there's a storm lantern in here. There we go, buddy. Ooh, now that's useful. Oh, and a bedroll. Yes, I can now sleep places where there isn't a bed, which is a good thing. Okay, so ooh, ketchup flavoured chips. I like ketchup flavoured chips. We have it in the UK sometimes. Okay. Let's just see what we've got. Hello everybody, good morning everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful, splendid first day, or night, or evening, or whatever time it is for you. So good thing is... Ooh, that's going to be a nice thing to wear. Take that and that. I'm going to have to do some... Yes, let's break that down. It's going to get dark soon. So... maybe do a little bit more. So, how to set this place up for me? This usually becomes my food cupboard. Now, the food I want to put away is stuff that's got quite high quality, that hasn't been damaged by stuff. So... stuff like in its 80s. I've put away everything in its 80s. 80%. That's stuff that'll last for a while. And put one of those away as well. Okay. Now, water will be staying outside. Right, so. When I'm going to mess around with stuff, hi Brendan. Yeah, John Cena's been around for a long time. He's doing actually really well in films and that now as well, and TV series, which is awesome. There's only so much time you can actually spend doing, especially the wrestling stuff. Okay. First things first, check my clothing. Make sure I'm wearing the best clothing I've got. Now that's really good. Let's see, is this better? I think it is. Wear that. It's better for there. That's good. That's better. Well, it will be one, but this is going to be probably way better. Wear that. Boots. I've got the best boots on. So if we go into my inventory, no, because this thing, let's go over here. So we're close enough to the bed that if it goes dark, which it probably will. So actions. We're going to harvest some of this stuff that I've got. And generally just chill out. We're going to... what to get rid of? I'm gonna harvest that for cloth. It's gonna get too dark now to actually do any bits and pieces I want to do. I'll keep a set of clothing. I'm not going to destroy stuff that are actually good. Like these, even though I've got a better stuff now to actually wear. Yes, as we see, it's dark. We're gonna chocolate and crunchy stuff. I'm gonna chance eating the bad stuff because, well, I'm in a place where I can probably look after myself. I don't have any antibiotics, though. I must remember that. How are we doing for stuff to make a fire? We could make a fire and cook up some stuff. What's that? So let's see. I don't want to go bed yet, but this I can. Let's eat. Let's drink something. Let's not eat something, but let's drink. Let's make sure we've got enough in this. Okay. So, what to do? First of all, let's clean. Let's clean the pistol and get it up to full. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Alexa's always listening. Yes, let's repair. Get this up to 100%. The thing is, being able to do this kind of thing in the dark is possible. One of the things I used to do to meditate when I was a lot younger was I had a wonderful combat knife. Beautiful 12-inch blade with serrated back end, tungsten carbide blade, really nice. And I get so good at sharpening it that I could take the whetstone and it could be late at night and I could be sitting in my chair and I could just sit there in the dark and sharpen the blade, and it was like meditation for me. So one more and we'll be at 100%. There. Ooh, that bed will need repairing. So let me actions. Now I've got a whetstone, so let's sharpen this. Of course, this all improves my skills over time. You get used to just repairing everything and making sure everything's in its tip-top condition. It's almost midnight now. There. Okay, so we've got a choice now. It's almost... Ooh! For anybody who hasn't played this game, we should go outside and look at the aurora for a little bit. So you notice when an aurora's on, the electrical stuff works for a little bit. So usually I wouldn't go outside, but auroras are gorgeous, so I want to show you what it looks like outside at night when there's an aurora. It is gorgeous. But quite deadly if there's any animals, nasty animals around, because they will hunt you. The aurora affects the brain of the animals in this game. But it is such a gorgeous view. It's the only time when the electricity stuff works, which can be a bad thing. You can even read the last logs of the people. In here. So let's go back upstairs and go. Remember how to climb the stairs in the door. I know my way around. I played this game on Endless where there's no sunrise or anything, so it can be a lot of fun and try and survive that. Okay, so I was going to, because I'm going to start a fire. So I only got 40% chance of success is pretty good. Let's start a fire. As you get better skilled, you don't need tinder. You can start a fire basically with anything once you get really good at it. So whenever you can start a fire at night, it's a good idea because you're increasing your skill. Because at some point in time in the future, you'll be outside in the snow, you'll have lost yourself, you'll have forgotten where you are, you'll end up in a place where if you don't warm yourself up, you are going to die, and you will find that at that point in time you really want a high cooking skill and fire skill to be able to do all this kind of things. Yes, when it says 75% chance of starting a fire, that doesn't mean jack shit, really, does it? We all know that about percentages. 75% of getting something right means 25%, and depending on Murphy's law. See what I mean? How many times have I failed here? I want the fire. Imagine if I was outside and trying to stop hypothermia killing me, and I was like this. Come on, just let me start a freaking fire. My skills and abilities are not at the level that... Okay, so... Ooh, are we going to do it? We have a fire. Now let's add fuel. Let's add fuel. I'm going to put in... I'll put in all 3 pieces of coal. Right. Cooking slot. Place a skillet. Let's see what we can cook. I haven't got most of the things for doing all the bits and pieces, so first thing is we're going to turn some of these banged up food, tinned food, and cook that. Of course, this adds to my cooking ability. And on this one, we will place a cooking pot, and we will cook up some water because we're probably quite low on water now. So, getting some potable water is a good thing. So now we've got quite a bit of time on that. So, pass time till it's done. Eat it. Cook something else. Banged up pork and beans. Pork and beans. Sausage and beans. We call it in the UK sausage and beans. 12 minutes. Eat it. Cooking food is far better, means you don't, less chance of you getting poisoned. So let's cook some. That's 59%. Pretty good actually. We've got good. I'm going to cook up these potatoes. It'll take a while. Jacket potatoes, yay. I think 39 minutes till boiled. Okay, so cook something like Binnacle peaches. Let's have some more Binnacle peaches. Let's get. "22 minutes till boiled." Now I'm going to start a set of water doing it. Won't fully thing, but it'll be part done by the time we run out of fuel. I'm going to pick that one up, and I'm going to go to bed for the night because this game can be very, very mellow and very just wandering around, just chilling out, doing basic things, and then all of a sudden something can change and your life can be absolutely scruffled. So what's the plan, Jason, for this morning? How are we doing with supplies? Right. 2.5. What should I put away? Actually, we'll put one of the skillets on here. Place. I think I should put things away. I'm going to keep those on me because I'm going to do some repairs. So that can go away, that can go away, that can go away. Put that snare away. Put that away. I only ever need to keep one sewing kit on me. Put the fishing tackle and the hook. Okay. Right, so let's put away some clothing. Like I said, always try to keep a set of clothing. Tenacious, hello! Yay! Tenacious, haven't seen you for a long time. Hee. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done any streaming and that. Put that away, don't you? I'm going to now just go around the house and pick up any and all cloth and that, so that I can... I've got enough food to burn a day just going around here and making sure my clothes are all in the best condition and leaving everything here if possible. How's life going for you, Tenacious? I needed a massive break from streaming. It was just so much stuff had happened, so much bits and pieces that caused me hassle that I just needed a break to refresh my brain. So, that'll do. That'll do for a start. That's enough bits and pieces to repair what I've got. If my skills don't really mess up. Right, let's go to have a... Ooh, what kind of thing should we eat? We should use all these up. Let's have some... Let's use up some of these drinks. Yeah. People who don't have pets, and people who don't have pets that are part of their family, don't understand just how hard it can be when something happens to them. It's really, it's like losing a person, it really is. Right. Okay. I mean, as you can see on my video, Zaki is still asleep under the blankie. Zaki is asleep under the blankie there. Well, it's actually my white hoodie, but it looks like a blankie. Okay, so we've got things to do. Let me just repair you, because repairing stuff means it will better. Actions, repair. Tool builds up my skills. I'm not going to repair these genes. They're horrible. They're the worst possible things. They're not something I really care about them degrading. Okay. It's almost night time again. I should be able to get the last little bit of... Let's repair that, because that gets... The ear wraps are very useful and they get damaged quite easily. So... was good. So we'll go over here. We can now put away anything to do with this. And let's just eat something. And drink something. Good. Now, I'm not going to go to bed yet because it's too early. But I am going to sharpen both the axe and the knife. Always use every little bit of time you have in this game. And of course I'll leave the whetstone at this place because I'll be picking up lots of stuff out there. So making sure all my equipment is as good as possible. Okay, right. Sharpen my knife. In the morning we're going to head to the dam. We're going to go through the dam to the other side and make it up to the signal tower because there's something we need to do there. And I want to see if there's any really... There's some, usually at that signal tower there is some really good clothing and that. So that's the plan. There we are. Well, that's the whetstone dead. I didn't get to it. Oh. So let's go to here. Let's eat some stuff. And drink some stuff. And right, we just want to wait a bit. We don't want to go to bed yet, sleep yet, but we'll wait until midnight before we actually have a good sleep. Okay, let's sleep for all the way till morning. It's very chill. We are good and bounty and golden. So let's first of all drink that because drink that. Okay. Now, there was a couple of things I wanted to repair. Yes, so let's just get the... I want to repair my bedroll. Get this up to full. There we are. Now let's go in here. I'm going to drop these off. No, I'm going to take them with me because I will use them. I'll leave some matches here. I don't really need to be carrying that amount of matches. So transfer that. Heavy little bit of. Got those. We'll keep those. I don't have any extra clothes on me. That's good. Don't need the flares with me. I'll keep the. Get rid of that. I'll take the rifle ammo with me. No, I won't. People get more. I haven't got a rifle anyway, so there's no harm. Transfer all. Okay. That's a good weight to be at. So let's. Let's put away some stuff. Food-wise. Anything that's above 60. Okay. And those I'll pull away because, well, that's enough food to carry me through to where I'm going, easily. So, we've got to get past the wolves, but I've got my gun to scare them off and hopefully not die horribly. But the time is almost midday, so it's going to be the warmest part. Hopefully it's not a completely horrible day out there. It could turn into a whiteout. Haven't seen any deer. That's not a good thing. Definitely a wolf down there howling. A wolf down there in the distance. You get very good at noticing things like that. Now this is nice and not too bad. It is cold. It's colder than my clothing will actually protect me. So I am slowly losing heat. Let's have a look what the temperature is. So -1, so I'm losing a little. It's not a bad day. I'm not going to do too much looting on my way there, and I will use the gun if I have to, but ammo is precious. I'll go inside this truck and see if there's anything in it. Well, this car, train car. Ooh, that's useful. And that might be useful as well. Ooh, another pistol. I'm not going to pick up the pistol, because I'll just leave it there for later. It's not like some games where you carry all of the guns. The amount of times I've walked down here. This game, hello! Percolator guy. This game called The Long Dark, and what it basically is a survival game where you're against the elements and nature. The world has gone through a geomagnetic event, which means all electrical equipment is dead. It is you against nature, and nature is going to kick your ass. So you have to scavenge, you have to wonder. That's a wolf. Wolves are bad. Wolves are nasty and dangerous and unfriendly and will bite your ass and rip your clothes off and kill you. So it's you against nature, it's you against the weather. The weather is the dangerous thing. Like at the moment, it's starting to get actually foggy. But we could, if we go a white out at the same time, hopefully I can get across here. Don't want to, I'm gonna, he's turning away the other way. Avoiding, I don't want to use my ammo unless I have to. It's stamina. You don't sprint all the time because it uses up your food and everything, your energy. So you haven't got to sprint all the time. So you walk at a normal pace. Plus you're walking through snow. Walking through snow slows you down as well. So we're heading towards a dam. We're going to go through the middle of a dam, an old dam, and out the other side. That wolf isn't following me. Good. Hopefully there won't be another wolf up here. But I've got a pistol. I found a pistol. So my pistol is in good condition, so it won't fail to fire. It won't misfire, thankfully. Oh, it's a pretty chill game, and the way it's done. It's very much you against the universe, and the universe is going to win. There's no way to win this game. You will die in the end. You will go out one day and you will forget your matches, or you'll run out of food or something, and the weather gets colder over time. Oh, it's got an entire set. Once I get into this place, I'll save. And there's two ways to play this. You can play it the survival way, which you decide you play a custom game where there's no one else in the game and where everything's gone to hell, and you came down on a plane basically in northern Canada. It's middle of winter. It's not a good thing. So let's just go inside here and I'll show you. Let's go inside the dam because we need to go through the dam to get to the other side. So the quest for this version of the game is survive. Find yourself a base, scavenge equipment, and basically survive as long as you can. But there is a completely separate part of the game as well. Okay, so we're going to be going through this place, and it's a pain in the ass because so if I just, you can't just save in this game either. If you die, your save deletes. You don't get to restart. You die. There's no, oh, I'm going to save before I'm going to try something. It's you thingy, which is nice because, so let's put down my bedroll, because when you sleep you save. So if I just sleep for 1 hour here, then it saves, so we can go back out to the menu for a bit. So let's just quit here. So there's a survival version, which is what I'm playing at the moment. I've got like 800 hours in this game. But there's the Winter Butte view, which is a voiced, narrated. You come down in the bad places and you've got to try and find your friend. You make contact with other survivors. It's a fully narrated wonderful, amazing game, and there's so many chapters to it in there. So you've got all that there. If you choose to do a survival, you can make choices. You can adapt it to how you want to play, and things like that. So it's really actually one of the best games. If you look at this screen here, see, you can edit the bases. So you will pick a place. I know exactly where this little cabin is. You can turn a cabin into your main home. You can edit it, remove equipment, remove furniture. You can place new furniture. You can basically turn it into a really nice home. You can, all that kind of thing. So you can, this is what it can look like when you've built yourself up and collected all bits and pieces and put yourself together, new chairs and everything and all that kind of thing. So you can find special thermos flasks, and you can take pictures and then put pictures on the wall and all that kind of freaking fun stuff. So there's a lot to the game. You start basically with nothing and you slowly build up to this. So you don't get to save your game, but you do resume where you last saved. So let me pick that up. Now, as you can see, it's really dark in here. Now I'm going to turn on my storm lantern that I've got. I found a storm lantern, which is good, so I can freaking see my way through. Now the thing is this, I'm not going to do any looting in here. I'm going to go straight through. I'll loot it another time. I want to go out the other side. So this is a very dangerous place to be at night, because we have something called an aurora event. It's part of what destroyed all the electricity. Loot doesn't regenerate. Loot doesn't regenerate, but here's animals out there and that. So there's the loot you can find in all the boxes and all that kind of thing. Once you empty them, they stay empty. But once you actually, outside of course, you can fish, you can hunt deer, you can set traps for rabbits and hares, snare traps, things like that. You've got all that stuff available. But everything is finite. Now the bad thing about being in this place is, during the night, I'm just going to loot him and see if he's got anything. No, didn't think so. If you see all these cables here, well, this is a dam that's damaged. Yes, it lasts. You actually properly skin it. You get the guts, which you can turn into string and cure them. You get the hide, which you leave out to cure that, and you can turn it into clothing. There's all that crafting stuff and that, all that kind of thing is in this, the long dog. The dangerous thing about this place is, when there's an aurora, all the electrical items in the place spike and power goes to everything. So if you're in a place like this at night, you can get electrocuted, because the entire place comes to life during an aurora. So going in one of these places at night, if an aurora kicks off, you are pretty much screwed. So we're going to go down into the bottom area here. There's another storm lantern there. I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, I'm not going to loot all this stuff. You don't know when an aurora is going to come. It can come any night. It's a random event. Not only does it affect everything you've got, this door scared the hell out of me the first time I went through it. You can't come back in through this door. When you go out of this door does not open from the other freaking side. Which means that if you, the first time I ever went through this door, there was a storm on the other side and I didn't have very good clothes and I just wanted to see what was on the other side and I died. So let's turn off my thingy because I've only got a certain amount of thingy for that. So, the nice thing, you can get back in. You can get back in if you go along that little tiny freaking edge there and get on the other side. There's a window up there that you can get back into the dam. Not a fun thing. That is, and there's wolf down there. We'll have to avoid him when we go down. So we're going to go down. So auroras are bad. Wolves are very bad. Now, if I show you something, let me just go in here. 2 layers of clothing, as you would wear in these kind of situations. So you build up your clothing layers, 2 layers of clothing and that, you repair and that. But if you get attacked by a bear or a wolf, not only will it damage you and cause you to bleed and you'll have to fix all that kind of things, but they can damage your clothes and destroy your clothes. And if they destroy your clothes while you're outdoors and you are stuck outside somewhere where you can't find shelter, you will die of hypothermia because a bloody wolf ripped your trousers off you and you're running around in your fucking boxers. I've died like that. I've actually died like that. So we want... And wolves in this game don't run straight at you. They zigzag. It's never guaranteed that you will be able to fight a wolf. So avoiding it's all the way over there. I'm going to just go down here and go around the corner because I don't need to go over there. So I want to go away from the wolf. I'll go this way. Okay. So we'll be going this way. See, there's no map in this game either. You can map the place using charcoal. If you get charcoal, you can basically go in here and start to map around you. About 15 foot around you in the certain places that you come in. But, of course, there's no GPS, there's no satellites, so you don't know where you are on the map, you have to think. The entire world map is here. You've got a world map, yeah, but you don't have a map of where you are. So you learn the topography. I know every single corner, I know every different path from here. Although, unfortunately, if it snows and we get a whiteout, which you can get a whiteout very easily, then you're in trouble because you won't be able to see 5 foot in front of you. So, it's a danger every time you leave the house, every time you leave your base, every time you've got out, you've got your stuff with you and that's it. It's wonderful because of the challenge. And when you die in this, you lose your save and you start again. You learn from every death. Everything I've learned from this game, I've learned because I've died so many times. I have done silly things like forgotten to take my bedroll with me so I couldn't go to sleep and I couldn't find a bear dive. I've forgotten to take matches with me, or I've run out of matches. Because matches are a finite resource. A really finite resource going on. And the nice thing is, because of the kind of engine that it uses, almost like a painted graphics engine, it looks good on any computer at any resolution. This game was built in 2013 and they improved it and updated it for years and years. It was actually a Kickstarter, I believe, back then, something like that, quite long ago. You can pick up stuff. How do you get wood? You don't chop down trees because the trees are too cold. The trees are frozen. So you don't chop down the trees. You don't have the ability to chop down trees for wood. So you can break down equipment and that. But also, if there's a storm at night, branches will fall off the trees. And things like that. So it's very well done for that kind of thing. Now I'm going to put my light on in a bit because we're going through this cave system, which I know very well. I've been through. Dead body there. I'm not going, because there's a lot of loot I've got to pick up in the next area. Let's turn the light on. Leaving all the stuff here for the next time when I come back through, which I will be coming back through. It's better. So we'll go over here. If I see any coal, I'm going to pick up some coal. I won't pick up anything other than coal. Caves are gorgeous in this game as well. You can live anywhere. You can't free build in these caves and that, but you can live anywhere. There's always spots everywhere. But there is any house. Ooh, let's get that cool. Any house can be edited to turn it into a home, and there is houses all over the place. You can live on the coast. You can live. Different places have different dangers. You can go through into the different areas. You can live. There's a great big airfield that you can live on in the tower on the airfield. There's a lovely cabin on a mountain that you can live in. You can live in the back end of a plane that crashed. Things like that. Let's go back here. If you're wondering how well good the light actually makes a difference in these caves, let me turn my light off just here. Remember, that's a daylight. The lighting for the system for the game is very well done. So we're going to go out here. I've been this way so many ways. See, I know the way. You see that in the distance over there? The broken tree. That's a landmark. That tree that's bent over there is a landmark. If I walk towards that and stop just and turn left, then there's a track that leads all the way up to the signal tower I want to go to. Because there's a signal tower where there's usually some nice loot there. Loot is random and depends on your settings for the game. But yeah, this is a little landmark for walking in this direction. Once again, the weather gods are being really nice to me. It's not too cold. It can go to -40, -50. The map is the same, but there's random elements on all maps. But you've got to remember, there is 30 or 40 different zones, and the zones are gigantic. So you learn the places. As you can see, this looks like just a bit, but you can see this is a track that used to be where they came up with on a vehicle. So we're going to go up here to the main tower in the distance. Those clouds in the distance mean we might get a whiteout or a storm. At the moment the weather's been really nice to us. And you have to sleep in that, because if you don't sleep you degrade in majorly ways. I haven't seen any deer yet. I can hear a wolf in the distance, so there is a wolf up here. Hopefully I won't have to deal with it. I can avoid it. You can't eat predator meat as it is, because they have parasites in their meat. Most predators do, so you have to be really good at cooking, say level 3 or 4, to be able to eat wolf meat and that. So I don't waste ammo unless I have to. There's only a certain amount of ammo. Yes, you can make ammo yourself of different varying qualities. There's all that stuff available. So there's a wolf somewhere up here, but I don't know where. I can hear it, but I can't see it, so it's still quite far away. I've always got my head on a freaking swivel, because going round corners and you never know what's there. Ah, there's the signal tower. Hopefully the wolf's not up there. Okay, so go around the back of here to get in. Let me just show you how big this place is. Everywhere you can see, you can go. So let me show you over here why the sky isn't too... It's already going downcast a little bit, so you might not be able to see much over here, unfortunately, because the thingy. But this is all part of one. We need to go down there later. But for now, we're going to go inside this little box place. You will die, if you buy this game, you will die a lot. You will die an awful lot. Because that's how you learn, because the game is so... You learning by experience. So let's turn this on so we can see around this area. It's not wrong there. Right. So it's a little signal room here. Once again, you don't really want to be here during a... Is there a battery? Have we got a battery in here? There might be a battery. I don't know. Batteries weigh a lot, and I didn't want to bring one with me. Oh, there's another. Anyway, let's start looting this room. See what we get. Nothing in there. Replacement fuse. Nothing in here this time. Oh, ammo, beans. Okay, so nothing really good. Ooh, rifle ammo. Ooh, ski boots. They're useful. Car battery. I'm going to use that now because it's so heavy I don't want to be carrying it. Because there's a transmitter here. See, there's a trader somewhere in the game that you can actually do dead drops with, but you've got to turn to... Before you can communicate with him, you've got to fix the actual... There's lots of places like this you've got to do. So let's open this up and use what we've got with us. So open the transmitter. Replace the battery with the one that was... Okay. Repair fuses. I had these fuses I've been collecting. This is what I've been carrying. Now we've got some repair wires. See? The reason I was carrying so many wires and everything is just this. I probably need some metal actually too. I've got to repair the metal parts. I don't think I've got any metal parts. 5 metal parts. But a chance I can find some inside here. If not, I'll just have to come back another time. That's... Right, so... Let's have a look. The problem is I don't have a hacksaw. Cleaning kit. Ooh, Expedition Parker. Really nice weapon. Ooh, Urban Parker. Freddy's. Okay, so we've got some bits and pieces. Now, unfortunately, we've got some ammo there. Unfortunately, I don't think we've got a way of... I'm going to take that and I'm going to disassemble it. wish if we had a hacksaw, we could disassemble some of the stuff for the metal parts we need. Yeah, hacksaw to break down stuff like that. So we'll have to come back here to repair and bring some metal bits and pieces with us. Right, so let's just stay here and have a look what we've got. First of all, let's have some. That should be okay still, because it's only a drink. It shouldn't give us. Yeah, and you're gonna get poisoned by drinking that one, because it's. I just got food poisoning. That's not a good thing. I don't have anything to deal with it. I am now in deep shit. Really bad shit now. This could be I don't have any antibiotics or anything to deal with it. I can burn through it, but this is going to take some time and effort now. I'm glad eating by a bed is a good thing. I am going to fully eat in that, even though I've got food poisoning, just so that this could end my game. Being food poison could end my game, but thankfully I've got to sleep for 10 hours to actually deal with food poisoning. So everything else stops while I basically look at my health's gone down to halfway already. This is not a good thing. Without the actual way of so I could be basically all I can do is thankfully I've got food and drink. So it's a chance you take with eating. So I'm going to go sleep another 5 hours and hope that it goes away on its own. If it doesn't, I'm going to die. And that's fine, I'll have to start again. Have I died? I'm still poisoned, aren't I? Because I don't have anything to fix it. I don't have any. I am screwed. I am going to die. That's how quick the game can end. All I can do is try to sleep again, but it's not going to pass. Ah, have I healed? I've healed. Oh, I now only have like... My health's going to take a long time to come back because I don't have any. But at least I'm not dead. I'm not dead. If I had not been close to a bed... I need to find some antibiotics. Okay. That was a bad thing. So this is why we don't eat stuff. So we survived that, but... It's almost morning. So, okay. Let's look at the clothing. Clothing. First of all, action. Harvest some bits and pieces so we can repair other clothing. Yeah. All you can do is sleep and hope you get past it. I don't have any leather to do that. Let's get rid of this one. Actions. Harvest. Well, probably won't be able to repair some stuff really well. But this, actions, repair. Because the expedition parkour is amazing. Don't have enough to take any further, but it'll still be better than anything I'm using. Okay. I'm gonna wear those even though... Yeah, worth it. Actions. Harvest. Okay. We're in a good thing, you know, right, so I need to get out of here and go somewhere else and try to find some bits and pieces. Even though I'd love to stay here and regen my health, it's going to take days, and that's levels of food I don't really have. This is why I eat next to a bed. I always eat next to a bed so that if something goes wrong, I can go to sleep and try to recover from it. It's like... Hopefully it isn't too bad, the weather. I'll have to come back anyway because I've got to finish repairing this. I haven't got any metal to repair it fully, so... No. I want to avoid the bear. You learn from dying. I died so many times by eating anchovies or looking sardines out there in the wilderness, and then all of a sudden they get food poisoning and I can't get to place to rest and I just slowly die. That's the kind of thing that you learn. It's like, if only I was near a bed, if only I was just somewhere I could think. You learned from actually being in a situation where, oopsie. A wolf somewhere over there. But there's a way down here. Unfortunately, this way down is right above a bear cave. Now the bears don't stay in their cave, of course they go out and hunt and things like that. But I have come down here accidentally one time and not looked where I was going and landed right in front of a bear and it killed me. So let's just... Don't... Because some of the times when you go down here you're too tired to be able to go back up. So you can't just go back up and be okay. I love this game because it's you against nature in every way, shape or form. See this, I never harvest that. because you'll take about 4 hours, and if you do, there's a good chance the bear will wander back. The bear sleeps in that cave there. That's its lair. This is one of the problems with caves. This is one of those problems. If you're out freezing your freaking fingers off in a blizzard and you see a cave and it's dark at night, you could walk in there and walk straight into a bear sleeping, and they don't wake up happy. They do not wake up happy. They are not Winnie the Pooh. They wake up very unhappy and they attack and you die. So my health's going to take days and days and days to come back. It's realistic that way. We're going to go to a farm over here. It's a very nice farm. It's not my final HQ, although I have turned it into a HQ before. But we're going to go to this little farm, and that's where we'll leave today's long dark. What time is it? It's almost time for me to go and have lunch. The bear is somewhere out there. He does a circumference of around here. He can get distracted by the wolves and that things. There's definitely wolves out there as well. I can hear the wolves. So they've got wolves. And there's definitely a bear somewhere out there. Is that the bear? Right off in the distance. Yeah, that might be a bear. Big enough to be a bear. It's quite in the distance. But it's moving too fast for a bear. I don't know where the bear is. Always worries me. Because he could be just over a rise. He could be just round the corner. He could have circled around the house, and when I go to the house, I've got a bear in the face. It is not a fun thing. Yeah, that's a wolf, not a bear over there. I've died so many times to bears. Bears don't move very fast, but they can take this little pistol does nothing to bears. You've got to hit them like 6 times or get a critical hit and shoot them through their eye. One time I took down a bear with 1 shot. It was on one of my videos a long time ago. I was out there on the actual, just outside this house actually, and I had just taken down a deer. And I was going to carve it, and I saw a bear in the distance. I saw, he's far enough away not to bother me. He's far enough away not to bother me. And I forgot that when you carve up meat, it takes like 30 minutes of game time. So I came up from carving the meat, and right in front of me, like 7 feet away, was the bear. And I switched to the pistol, because I didn't have the rifle. And I fired, and I must have shot him right in the eye because he went down with 1 shot. Yeah. It was a 1 in a million shot. My aim was just completely and totally, oh my God, I can do this. And it's like, he went down, and I was so scared because it was just an instant reaction of, as soon as I saw him, I knew he was going to lunge for me. And the fact that he went down, I had food for a very long time because my hunting ability and cooking ability was high enough that I wouldn't get the parasites from the meat. And that bear had like 350 kilograms of meat on it. It was crazy how much meat I got off. And of course the fat and everything. It took quite a few different journeys back to the house, even though I was out only like 50 feet away from the house to be able to get all the bear meat back. It's kind of cool. That's the thing, when you're playing a game like this, achievements like that are like amazing. I'm just going to sleep here for 1 hour so it saves. One of the really nice things about this game is this. Let me quit out now I've saved, just to here. See, I've played this game for like... I've got at least 900 hours in this game. And the thing is, because sometimes I played it off Steam. Now, when you choose to start a game, you can do the Pilgrim, which is the easiest. Which I suggest anybody who does it starts with a Pilgrim on. Then you've got these other versions. It's harder and harder. Yeah. And Misery, that's like, you're screwed. Yeah, it's... But me, I always play custom these days. And the nice thing about custom, the really nice thing is, first of all, if someone else has got the same game as you, got Long Dark, they can go through all of this, pick all the different settings, and then if you want to play the game exactly as I played it, you press that button, and someone else out there with this game can type in that code. Once they screenshot it and type it in, yeah. And that code you put in will mean they can play the same game that you're playing at this moment with all the same settings. See, my version of this game is really challenging because I make it so that you start at midnight in a blizzard. And anybody who's ever been in a blizzard at midnight knows that if you don't know where you're going, if you don't have... So this way, and the wonderful thing about this is as well, my friend used to make really difficult and challenging versions of the game and give me the code, and I'd put the code in, not look at the setting, and just start the game not knowing how it's going to be. So you can do it for the people and be complete bastards to them. Like she did my friend did a version of this game for me, and the settings made it so the wolves weren't enemies and wouldn't attack me. I didn't know that the wolves wouldn't attack me. You've seen how I play, you've seen how I avoid wolves. So I spent that entire game playthrough, and my friend was giggling a lot on stream when she watched me because the actual animals were not hostile. But I didn't know because I'd never get that close to an animal to know that they were hostile. So I spent the entire game avoiding wolves, avoiding bears, avoiding everything because I thought they're going to kill me. And they wouldn't have attacked me unless I actually shot them. One time she set up the game so that there was no rifles and no rifles in it, no pistols, no ammo, and that. And another time she set it up so that there was no wildlife at all. So she gave me the pistol and the gun, but there was no animals at all. It was purely a scavenger game with no animals for me to hunt. So I could find the guns, and the guns were all over the place and that, but I couldn't bloody use them on anything. So yeah, that's the only thing you can do with it. See, the way I set my custom game, is baseline resource, so the resources that will be in the world is a lot. And the reason I do that is this, because I start at midnight in a blizzard. Random location, outdoors. I don't know which zone I'll start in. I don't know how close the nearest house is. And in the dark and at night, there's no way you can see any of the landmarks that you know. So I also make it so that I have no indoor spawns and that. And I make it so I start with basically a t-shirt and jeans in the middle of a blizzard in minus 30 or minus 40 degrees Celsius. I've got like 5 minutes to find somewhere to hide in a house, to make my way somewhere and manage to find something. That's why I say that if I make it through that, then I deserve to have good equipment somewhere in the game to find and that. But yeah, it's one of the most annoying things to talk with, as well as this wind variability. Nice thing about wind variability, what it means is this: is if you're outside trying to keep yourself warm, and you start a fire, and the wind changes direction, it will blow the fire out. And so you're freezing to death. You've just managed to find some twigs, and you've got a couple of matches, and you've just started a fire in a little corner and you're standing close to it trying to warm your body up from hypothermia, and the wind changes direction and the fire goes out. It's not nice. But that's the whole point. You can decide what kind of game you want to play, how difficult you want it to be. Surviving in this kind of game when you've set these difficulties like this is the fact that when I start playing a game like this, I probably survive the first 15 minutes in in fact I'll show you. We'll do a start now because it has its own save game type thing for each version of the game. So let's say we've set it like this. We're going to start at midnight. So if we press confirm, then we can choose where to start. Now this is the main base game, but they added something called the Far Territories. Far Territories has the landing strip. Now you can get between the two yourself. I usually start somewhere in the lower Great Bear, and then you go all the way and find your way. There's a couple of different ways into the Far Territories, so it's gigantic. The game is actually really big. So we'll start in the lower Bear. And you can choose where you start, but I'm going to choose random. Now, some of these places are really bad to start in. If you start in Hushed River, you're probably dead. Or somewhere like Timberwolf Mountain, you're probably dead, because both those places don't have many houses or places to find shelter. Very easy to get lost, very able to get things. If you start at midnight in any of those two places, the chance of you making it beyond 5 minutes of the game is almost non-existent. So we'll start random. Confirm. Male or female doesn't matter really. So let's start and see where it starts us. These are just basic feats that you can have. If you've read a lot of books in the game, you can add this, like you completed 250 hours of research. From now on you gain 10% more benefit from each complete research book. I mean, that's not a lot. This one, you've sprinted 50 kilometers, so you can sprint burns 25. I'm going to turn that on. They both don't make a big difference to you. So now, the trader is that thing where I was trying to fix up the radio. So you can have that in, and then you can modify and turn on all the trading thing and start to talk to the trader, which is a nice long-term goal. Not something you can do at the start of the game. Let's call this one death. 1 in 5 games I survive past 15 minutes. Might be lucky, it might start me 5 foot away from a house. But it's going to be... I'll show you. Let's see. Okay. Yes, that's our visuals. Okay, so I believe that's water. I believe that's a lake. So I have no idea where I am. Let's look at the temperature. And look what clothes I've got. That's all. That's what I'm wearing at the moment. I don't have a knife. I don't have a gun. I don't have anything to light my way. And the weather is minus 51. I am going to die. I'm already going to be frostbitten and hyper. I could go frostbite, so I need to try and find somewhere out here that there has a. I need to bump into a house or somewhere. I don't know where this is. I don't know where I am. I have no idea where I am at the moment. I'm on a bit of a lake. I don't want to go out into the water because it could crack and I could go under. Where can I go? Where can I go? Come on. Is there a way over here? I'm going to fall down or something. No, that's not good. I don't know where that leads. That's probably the edge of a cliff. Let's go back this way. Come on, Jason. You need to find somewhere quickly. Really quickly, because you are already hypothermic. Trees. Oh, we found a road. We found a road. Now, which direction of this road do we want to go on? Oof, let's go this way. No, I'm not going to stop. Let's go on this road and see if we can find anything at all. A house. We are going to be screwed if we don't find somewhere soon. The fact that we found a road, that's a good thing. But how do we see anything? If I go off the road, I might not ever find it again. Let's go. I could go in that car, but it won't help. It will not help. It will not be warm enough inside a car. It's minus fucking 40, 50 odd at the moment. I'm going to go off to the side and see if there's anything here. No. Go back this way. Damn it. My character's slowing down because I'm slowly becoming overladen by the ice on my clothes, which will make it harder for me to actually stay warm afterwards. Come on, Jason. We're looking for just a little house or something or anything around the edge of this area. It's a bridge. I think where I am in trouble because I think I've gone the wrong direction. Might be in Pleasant Valley, which means I'm in a bad position. This is... Come on. The sound effects and the weather for this game is really well done. Ooh. Unfortunately, there's sometimes a wolf down here. I know where I am, but I need to go for this. I am. If there's a wolf down here, it's going to kill me. But there is a down here, a place we can. Need to go in this on this side. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Unfortunately, it's not a very warm place, but there is somewhere in here. I could fall down a hole. There's a hole in the floor somewhere here in front of me. I know this place. Bed. There's a bed there. I might still die in it because the bed will only raise it. Bed warmth +5. We're going to have to chance it. Hopefully, hasn't gone to the morning yet, but we're going to pass the time because I can't see a damn thing. So we were really, really, really lucky to find that place. So there. Not very light in here, but there. That's how the game starts if you play it the way I do. I was so lucky to see that. If I had gone out into the water, if I had followed the coast around, I would have missed the road. And if I had missed the road, I would have never seen the side road that led down past the guard post. This led to this place, which is an old whaling station. This is an old whaling station here. So it's very much that kind of challenge. Oh, I love that game. It's wonderful. The Long Dark. And it's well worth getting the actual the season pass, because the season pass has got all the DLC, because the DLC for this game was not a money grab. It is the stuff that they added to the game over the time. It's amazing. The Long Dark 2 is actually on my wish list. It's when it goes into early access, I'm going to get it. So yeah. I am going to take a break, go downstairs, have something to eat. Hello there, Zaki, you woke up. Heyo. Did you enjoy your sleep? I think you did. You're a good boy, aren't you? Yes, you are. Zaki's had his sleep. You ready to go out? You're an old boy, aren't you? You're an old boy. Yeah, you like your rest and your sleep. So, I will say bye-bye to everyone. It's been nice chatting to you. I love chatting. When I'm on here, I always love talking to people. I connect with people a lot easier via computers and that than I do in real life. Yeah, it's a game where you... Like, I've been playing for like 2 hours. I haven't noticed that those 2 hours have disappeared. They've just gone. Did a good doggy here? It's all to be in. You're still sleepy, aren't you? Go downstairs and see. Put some food down for you and that. You're such a good little puppy. You enjoyed your extra sleeping in my hoodie, did you? Oh, bye-bye for now. Let me quit out of this. Bye-bye for now.